I mean, leaders are all readers, right? If you guys are new to the business, understand one thing. I mean, leaders are all readers, and I'm a big fan of, feeding positive informations and knowledge into my brain early on in my career. I mean, instead of watching news, which is not very exciting every single day, you see people dying and all this negative thing. So I choose to feed my brain at the early 20s with a lot of books. So if you guys are very new to this industry, okay, if you are rookie in sales, there are a couple books you must read, right? Think and Grow Rich. That's a mindset book that all entrepreneurs got to read. You got to read The Magic of Thinking Big. Right? That is another amazing book. When I first started 30 years ago, I read it. You have to read this book called Art of Selling by Tom Hopkins, right? Those are basic. Don't stop there. Those are just basic if you're new. Then you have How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Those are basic stuff. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? Then if you get to the upper level, when you've been in the sales for a little bit longer, then you have so many other books I read all the time, from the most basic books I just recommended you. Then I went on to reading books like Power versus Forces. Power was first teaching you, instead of forcing people to do what you want them to do, you start to lead by showing them. So that way, you're just showing. You no longer need to force them as a leader, right? From Good to Great by Jim Collins, right? How do you become good is good, great is great. So many of those books. So leaders are readers, number one. And number two, Sandra, it's really you got to choose an environment that fits your philosophy. At the end, why are you coming to all these meetings? Why do you come to all these meetings? It's really the environment that you kind of feel after an event like this, right? Even at a lunch like this, you're listening to your leaders, you're listening to all these people speak on stage, you listen to the chairman of the company. Does this people, what they believe in is also what you believe in? Very simple. If I don't believe in what you believe in, you don't believe in what I believe in, if you don't believe what the company believes in, if the company doesn't believe in what you believe in, there's no match. Don't stay with that company. Does that make sense? So when you come to this kind of event, it's no more than what? See if this environment fits you. So for me, besides reading, I have to choose an environment that fits me, okay? And I chose an environment that's competitive early on, which is the life insurance business. It's competitive. I mean, it's not combating, it's competitive. That means you see people competing, right? They're winning contests, they want to hit the bonuses, they want to hit bigger numbers. So I want to put myself in an environment that's competitive. There's nothing wrong of being competitive because you want to be around people who is crushing every single day. They are thinking big things about life. They're dreaming big things about life. But then you go to work, most of the time you're competing with who's going to do less and make more. Who's going to be lazier? Who show up later and get the most out of their job? Every day we're competing. You want to compete to get more or you want to compete to get less? That's all it is. And I chose an environment that I believe where what I do besides the money aspect of it, I'm really helping people, Sandra. I mean, life insurance industry, it's an evergreen industry. You know what I'm saying? Picking the right horse is very important, right? You pick the wrong horse, you can work the hardest. The horse has diarrhea, it doesn't win championship, right? A lot of you work hard, yes or no? You work hard, you work 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, whatever it might be, but you work in the wrong opportunity. Working hard with the wrong opportunity is not going to get you very far. Working hard on the right opportunity and eventually work smart will scale your business, your profit, your growth, right? So that's also important, competitiveness and an industry that truly help and serve people. And ultimately, at the end of the day, is can you really, really make a great career by making a great living? I mean, if you can't help yourself, it's very hard for you to help people, right? People say, I'm going to help people. I'm going to help people. How are you going to help people if you're broke? How are you going to help people if you struggle every single day? So I told myself years ago, if I'm going to invest 10 years of my career, my life into one career, can I really, really make big amount of income? And if the answer is yes, I'm going to commit to it. If the answer is no, then maybe this is not the right industry for me or you. Make sense? That's my answer. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.